TuanDon's in the building. Welcome to the 704 Charlotte Bound Show, man. Doing another player breakdown. This is TuanDon's Film School, where we come over here and I break the players down that I am interested in the Carolina Panthers taking a look at to pick up on our team and make us so much better than we are. But, thanks everybody for taking your time, to come over here, whether you see it right now live or if you check it out later. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be here. You know what I'm saying? And these players' breakdowns are so very important, man, in terms of just being able to show people what's out there so they don't have to go down and do too much research on the player by themselves. You'll be able to just sit here, break the player down, and you can watch it all in one place. You know what I'm saying? So, gonna be doing this. Everybody who's been following the series started off with my man out of Utah State, which was Jalen Royals. I've also done other players out of the University of Georgia. Um, Last week we did a player out of um, Iowa State and the wide receiver from there. And I'm not saying the names because I want you to go check those guys out. You know what I'm saying? And see the breakdown over there. But today, man, in TuanDon's Film School, we are going to be breaking down a player out of the University of Nebraska by the name of Ty Robinson. To be able to play on that line that we have, and or the nose tackle or tackle next to Derek Brown. This guy should start off as depth with the team, has a lot of depth with the team. He's going to sit behind guys, but with the right breakdown and production, this guy is going to be incredible. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have a lot of great guys to sit behind and learn the game and, go from there. Let me make sure that my volume is correct before I get started. Checking my audio real quick. I don't want to be streaming in anybody's ears. Let's reduce this a little bit. All right. So let's get started, man. Who is Ty Robinson? Ty Robinson is a DT, vicious guy out of the University of Nebraska. I hope it doesn't let anybody down in terms of where he came, because Panthers fans know that the head coach over the University of Nebraska is the one and only Matt Rule, and people like anybody that comes under him can't be good. But no, that's not the case with this situation. He definitely got a good one when he got this guy and brought him over to the Cornhuskers. You know what I'm saying? Ty Robinson, man, 6'5", 288 pounds. I don't think he's that small. I think he's actually a lot bigger than that. But we're gonna go with that 288 for now. He comes off and he pops off the screen as a lot bigger than that. Position is defensive line. He is a senior coming out. Didn't leave early. Out of Gilbert, Arizona. His player rating is an 81.1. Position is 39. He's ranked 39th at the position. A fourth rounder, fifth rounder, expected to go fourth round, late fourth round, early fifth. A guy, to me, I don't know why he's going that late, you know what I'm saying, because he seems to be a really, really good player. His 40 time was incredible as well, man. His 40 time was 4.83, and for a defensive lineman, that's not bad, And sacks, he had 7 sacks. Forced fumbles, he had 1, which we'll see in the highlights later on in this breakdown. Tackles, 37 tackles, 21 solo tackles. This guy plays the game very violently. And Dan Morgan, again, I want dogs on the team. That dog mentality spreads and guys get after it. I like that. I like when guys can turn that switch on and, just become vicious. Like Luke Kuechly with us, you know what I'm saying? But off the field, very calm guy, you know what I'm saying? But when they get on that field, man, you turn that that viciousness rating on. And Ty Robinson is a very violent player. That dog, the guy that's gonna celebrate in your face when he does something to you. Very strong. Just he just needs some cleansing up. And that's what you go to the league for, man. For development, teams that develop you. But he has very, very raw potential with what he already does. The Tyler Robinson defensive line, Nebraska's NFL draft profiles and scouting report. Uh, so he's a versatile D lineman, which means he can play the D line and D tackle, or you can put him at that nose guard position. But as he plays this, and we'll see in the highlights, how they move him around. And a lot of people like versatile players. Some people like people that only do what they do. Um, so again, earlier when I was telling you about the ranking, they ranked 39th. They ranked, for whatever reason, they ranked him amongst all defensive linemen. So it's not just people at his position; it's the D ends, D tackles, all of that. So you went over when you look over here to the right side when it goes under perspectives, and let me back that up real quick. And touch Abdul Carter for whatever reason. Maybe that's a sign. But when you come over here, and you see him prospect ranks with the defensive lineman, this guy is, Abdul Carter been in the top, Mason Graham. He's 39th in this group, But we all know, man, that look, this is a person's breakdown or a group's breakdown. None of this stuff is perfect. You know what I'm saying? And you should treat that with a grain of salt. We see guys go to the league and just go crazy. We see guys that are get picked in the first round and do nothing. So it's all about the eye test with me. I told you I don't really go by ranking so much. Having been a football player and know the game, I go by eye test first. You know what I'm saying? You try to look into a guy's soul, that plays football and know if he got it or if he don't got it, you know what I'm saying? So, stand along with Dan Morgan when he said he wants dogs. You got to have dogs that's the physicality and the mentality to be able to play this game. Look, again, talking about his height again, 6'5", man, tall dude, very tall guy, weight 288. He's in the 54th percentile of that. His hands, and again, I tell people I love this because it's color coded. And if you look at the legend right here at the bottom, 0%, meaning that real green, dark red, and the best being that blue. But then, as long as you're in that green and then that lime and then that yellow, and to me in that orange, that bright orange, then you're in good company. You're in a good space. It's when you start getting into that dark orange and that reddish orange and red and all that, is almost like colors of caution. You know what I'm saying? And let's go with his lows first. His lows seem to be his arms. I mean, he can't make his arms longer. Again, that also details into the span at 78 and 6/8 at 31%. I mean, that's just how you're built, how you're born. And then his 3-cone was a 7.58. So he wasn't fast. He wasn't one of the fastest, and he was one of the fastest in that drill, but he was like at the halfway point. So, kind of average. What he does well, man, is his height. Green at 6'8", 6'5", 80. He's in the 80 percentile. You know what I'm saying? His weight is good. That broad jump was at a 119 in the 85 percentile. That 40 was fast at 4.83, and it's vertical, so he can jump up and block balls. Pause. You know what I'm saying? With that 33.5 jump in the 73 percentile. So look, man. We're talking about skill versus what God gave you. You know what I'm saying? And this is just another breakdown when it comes to this. His tackling is at 52%. His pass rush, 80%. And what do we need at Carolina on that line? This pass rush, 80%. Which means even if he don't have high sack numbers, he pressures the quarterback. He gets in their faces and make them have to think about what they're doing, and sometimes and often make them make a bad decision. Pressures to me are just as important as sacks. Sacks are just the finality, but if you can get a quarterback to be uncomfortable and throw interceptions or run the wrong way, which causes another teammate to do the right thing in the play, man, pressures are just as important. Run defense, 71%, man. And look, Carolina Panthers, we get tired of seeing teams run all over us. This guy's going to stuff the middle, stuff the outside. Look, I'm trying to tell you, he's very, very, very good when he's on the outside of a 3-4 defense, and that's what Nebraska did. You know what I'm saying? And, of not letting guys get outside of him. But when he's in that nose tackle position, taking on 1 and 2 guys at a time to get to the quarterback, I'm trying to tell you, this guy's the real deal. His draft projections is to be in the 5th round. I'm trying to tell you, if we get him in the 5th round, that's a steal. It's going to be an absolute steal. I don't know who ranked him, in the 5th or whatever, but I totally expect him to move up a little bit between now and prospecting being picked up between now and the draft. But his overall rank of all players is 165. Position rank 39th, which we went over earlier. College games played 59. College snaps 2,550. ESPN graded him a 4 out of 5 stars. 247 Sports graded him a 4 out of 5 stars. And Rivals.com graded him a 4 out of 5 stars. Man, if you're 4 out of 5 stars, how are you going in the 5th round, So I don't know what it is. It must be something, maybe his attitude or something, but that can get corrected at the next level. Player comparisons, he's been compared to Zach Pickens out of South Carolina, Viliamo Fiocco out of San Jose State, and Scott Patchin out of Colorado State. I think maybe Zach Pickens, but I don't see those other ones. I don't even know who Scott Patchin is, so don't want to make it seem like I know this guy. His draft bio, just go through a little bit of this. You know what I'm saying? Ty Robinson's path to Nebraska football began in the scorching heat of Gilbert, Arizona, where he emerged. So this guy's used to playing the heat. So he comes to Carolina, already used to that. He had to adjust to Nebraska. Carolina is just going to be his natural element playing in that, it's a dry heat out there in Arizona, and it's a humid heat in Carolina. So that's the difference. But heat is heat, you know what I'm saying? He'll fare just well with us. Those type of things are important, man. We're going to go pick a player, you know what I'm saying? Some guys don't do well in the cold weather. Some guys struggle in the heat, So understand that too, man. Why would you, if you got to pick between one guy and another, and one struggles and has never played in the heat, always played in cold weather, you got to take that into consideration, man. So it says Robinson chose the Cornhuskers over traditional powers. Like, he got recruited by Alabama, Oregon, USC, so he ain't just go where he, had to take to settle. He went, there's some pretty big programs that recruited him, and his high school career at Higley showcased his versatility, and he dominated as both a defensive end and tackle, culminating in 74 tackles and 34 tackles for loss during his senior campaign in high school. And, while his final season numbers pop off the page at 37 tackles, this has been in Nebraska, 12.0 tackles for loss. The guy gets in the backfield. It's hard to keep him from back there. And 7.0, and with 7 sacks, Robinson's impact went beyond statistics. He anchored a defense front that helped Nebraska post his best rushing defense. And if you know anything about Nebraska, man, look, that offense struggled, but the defense was the main thing with that team, man. It was the main thing with that University of Nebraska team. And off the field, he consistently presents on both the Brock Behringer and the Tom Osborne citizenship teams, and along with 4 appearances on the Nebraska Scholar Athlete. Guy's a beast in the classroom as well as on the field, painted the picture of a well-rounded student athlete who embraced the aspects of the college experience. And look, we're going to talk about his strengths. His first strength is the explosive first step, quickness off the snap that belies his massive frame, consistently beats guards to their spot and establishes leveraging before they can set. I told you, man, when that ball, when quarterback yells hike, he's off as if he's running in that 40, that 10-yard split. I wish I had that breakdown of what that was, but the way he ran that 40 tells me that split has got to be fast. And before guys can really get back to try to block for the quarterback, he's already halfway there. He's got a devastating bull rush. He'll run through you, run around you. Bull rush techniques when he maintains proper pad level. And at times he can get off the pad level, but that's what they're going to teach him at the next level. I'm trying to tell you, Carolina can take this guy, man. And if you guys say Evero is who he is, for the people that love Evero, can make this guy into a giant, bro. You know, he showcases excellent spatial awareness in his run game. Again, big run guy, stopping the run, maintaining gap discipline while keeping his eyes in the backfield to track carries. Guy maintains his gap discipline, doesn't overdo it, stays where he needs to be to make the quality plays. His natural powers in his hands allows him to violently disengage from blocks, meaning if you get him in a block, he can get off you real quick. Especially impressive when working against zone blocking schemes. Versatile defender who lined up everywhere from 0 tech to 5 tech. That positional flexibility will be valuable for creative NFL defensive coordinators, man. This guy's a high motor player who pursues plays from the backside with relentless energy, multiple tackles, 15 plus yards down the field. In film study, if he got to take off running, that's what he gonna do. He ain't one of them guys that once you get by him, oh man, he got past me, so therefore I'm just gonna chill. Don't have a whole lot of weaknesses as we touch on the weaknesses. Just go through them. It says he struggles to maintain consistent pad level, which I told you earlier. That can be fixed. That can be fixed at the next level. Since he's in a college team that just didn't teach him that right. They don't try to get everything right in college. In the pros, that you got to give the right team, man, that can maintain that discipline, teach him that discipline, and develop him into be a way better player than he is. His pass rush plan needs refinement. His pass rush plan needs refinement. Relies too heavily on bull rush and power moves. They'll teach him the power moves at the next level. The swim. I told you the guy is a strength guy. And let me see. Go back real quick. One thing I didn't go over with him is the dude is strong as hell. Yeah, his bench press. The guy is in the yellow with his bench press. He can throw them things up a lot. So he was in the 68th percentile in that bench press. Very, very strong guy. So that's why he depends on that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the strength. But look, at the NFL level, it's playing smarter, not harder. So they're going to teach him how to do that, man. His hand placement can be erratic in pass rush situations. And this is just the picking on the dude, going that deep into it. Needs to be more precise with strike points instead of just trying to overwhelm with power. I guarantee you whoever wrote this don't know anything about strike points opposed to just doing it. But look, man, it'll get better at that, and it says finally he can struggle with disengagement. So earlier they told him that he gets off people quick, and now they're saying struggles with disengagement. We'll pass on with that. That doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even add up like that. And look, this is what I told you. This is the spider web breakdown of all the stuff that we went over, from his vertical to his shuttle to his bench, 40 yards, 73%, height and 80%, weight 54. I want to see him gain some weight. That 54% needs to move up, But I tell you, he looks bigger than 288. And I'm pretty sure they'll get him to put that weight on. He looks bigger than Derek Brown when I see him on film. The arm, nothing he can do about his arm length. But, especially when he's able to bull rush guys or whatever. But maybe that's why he doesn't do swim moves and things as much, is because he's got smaller arms. But they'll teach him. He'll be with the right guys down there in the trenches, man. And his wingspan is at a 31, but that broad jump, 85, he can jump up and knock balls down with that 6'5" frame, and he could have did better in that 3-cone drill. I don't really care about that 3-cone unless you're excessively bad. You know what I'm saying? And PFF ranked this dude at 192 and Draft Buzz at 165. Going all the way to ESPN with the 71. You know, so that's my man Ty Robinson. That's his measurables. What we're gonna get into next is this man's highlights. And I'm telling y'all right now to be prepared for a dog when you see this guy playing. You know what I'm saying? Look, let's go ahead and get started with this, man. Mr. Ty Robinson out of look already. You know what I'm saying? I love players that come with that machismo and just hard. He's there in the nose guard positions, fight off two guys to get to Shador Sanders and put him in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? I love that guy that gets up and gets everybody on the team energized. You know what I'm saying? It's infection. It makes everybody play football better. Here's a replay of that. Look towards the left. Look, fights off three guys to get to Shador, man. You know, it's a whole lot of holding going on too in that play. You know, as I can see. Here's coming up the middle. Again, fought off two guys, man. Fought off two guys to get up there and get the quarterback out of University of Rutgers, man. You know? So, you know, I'm trying to tell you, when I tell you this guy can take on, here it is from another angle, he can take on one or two different guys. Two guys, one try to bump in the end. Look pretty good with the swim move right there for me, you know. They just say they want to see him do that more opposed to trying to push through guys. But, you know, here he goes again, you know. Trying to tell you, he's coming off the left side of the screen. And I will show the replay here real quick in a moment to get that guy right here. You look to it's our right side right there circled. And then he comes untouched, you know. But the reason why he was able to get to the quarterback, because, again, he has that discipline, that lane discipline. He didn't get in too quick, you know, because on that play, they try to merge it to the middle, you know, and he stayed to the outside. That's how he was able to get the quarterback. Gets up. Love it, man. You know, again, took on two different guys, got him in the dirt, get him down. Look at that. Bow, bow. Fights off two guys at a time, guys. It's just like it's not even fair for him to go one-on-one. He is against Boston College, coming up the middle, fighting off multiple guys, get him by the jersey, and then he got him down. Man, this is a fighter. I'm telling you, this guy is going to be an absolute steal if we can get a hold on him. But I do expect him to probably move up between now and the draft. Watch him maintain his blitzing to the outside, doesn't let him get outside, and forces that fumble that he got this past year. He had one forced fumble. That's where it is right there. This is how he maintains the outside. Doesn't let that guy get on the outside. And another thing in this guy that I love, he is constantly trying to bat the ball out of people's hands when he gets close. He's not just trying to tackle. Look, man, he goes after the ball. He tries to, knock the ball out of the hands of running backs and quarterbacks. I mean, look how many white jerseys around this guy as he tackles that quarterback. It's not. I mean, he is fighting off multiple people, and that's him to the right. Two different guys. Then he bull rushes them all the way back into the quarterback to get that sack. Here's again against Boston College. Nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. You feel me? Do y'all feel me? We talk about stopping the run. Then you got to get stop the run guys. Imagine this guy coming into the game to give Derek Brown or somebody a breather. It's no drop off. Here he goes. He sheds the guy to get back to the quarterback as he's trying to run. And here we go. We're going to show this again, man. Bull rushes up. So he is against Iowa. Pressure. So not all about sacks. It's to get you the quarterback to get rid of the ball faster than he wants to get rid of it. Pressure. See, people only look at sack numbers. This is pressure right here. Make him throw it faster than he wants to. Incomplete pass, man. Pressure. Pressure does what? It bursts pipes. Watch him get through here, man. Block. What do we tell you about this man jumping and being able to bat blocks down? There's corny ass Matt Rule right there. They showed in the picture. But listen, that guy can jump and block. We talked about that broad jump and that vertical jump. The vertical jump is way up there, man. Fighting off to get back to Shador. Shador has no chance. Made him throw it away. That's a pressure. That's a pressure. And a lot of times quarterbacks make bad decisions when you got them under pressure, bro. Here's against USC, another pressure. Made that quarterback throw that ball way faster than he wanted to, and then it turns into what? A pick six and back to the house. This guy's incredible. Look, look. Watch the pressure. He ain't ready to throw this ball yet, but he got to because he see him coming. You know? And he got him with the hit. Put that hit on him. Nowhere. Stopping the run right there, man. Gets into that backfield, stops the run. You know, we talking about we got to get the run stopped. You guys, look, man, we got to be vested in Ty Robinson, the Carolina Panthers. If they ain't brought this man in by now, what are we doing? What are we doing? Shout out to my man Maul and C that's in the chat there today, man. This was live, man. Look, man, I'm telling y'all, this guy, Ty Robinson, is the real deal. If we're serious about stopping this run and improving this defensive line, it's good with the guys we went out and got, but we need to recruit and draft our own guys for the future. And Ty Robinson is an absolute beast. He is a beast. He is a dog. You know, if you didn't see this already, make sure you guys come back and check out and relook at this breakdown of Ty Robinson out of the University of Nebraska. And make sure you guys got your notifications turned on. YouTube is doing something real funny right now. People saying they're not getting the notifications. So make sure you got your notifications turned on. Make sure you like this video, man, to send the message and help our algorithm out with YouTube so that they will correct whatever it is that they're doing. But a lot of people are saying they're not getting the notifications. And, you know, this is what YouTube has relayed to me. But look, Ty Robinson is the real deal. I'm telling y'all, man. Go, Carolina, please bring this guy in. He's the real deal. It's no way he should be going in the 5th round, but that's where we want to take him anyway, man. This is TuanDon's, man, of the 704 Charlotte Bound Show. This is also an element of the show that I call TuanDon's. My fault. This is also I call TuanDon's. I'm sorry, that I call TuanDon's Film School. Make sure you guys come back on the next player. I haven't chosen who the next player is going to be, but listen, man. Right now, Ty Robinson. If you didn't get to see this and you joined late, make sure you guys rewind and check this out. This guy is very important that we get this guy. I'm trying to tell you, he's an absolute animal, but don't take my word for it. Rewind this, check it out, and do what you do, man. This TuanDon's, man. Film School. Ty Robinson. See y'all in there.